If I could only stay on the right side of the market. We hear that a lot. It's important whether the market is running up or running down. If you can find an approach that can keep you on the right side of the market, when the market is running up, yes, you want to be buying and maybe doing some covered calls, maybe doing some vertical call spreads. And when the market's selling off, if you don't want to short and don't want to do put spreads and don't want to sell the market short, maybe just get to a cash position, that's fine too. We approach the markets in a very systematic, mechanical, robotic fashion. One of the tools that we use is something that we call the Nicklaus timing model, and you're looking at it right now. This is the last signal from the Nicklaus timing model to our members. Let me explain to you how it works. The Nicklaus timing model is an algo running on a chart that I cannot even discern what is taking place on the chart. Why? It is analyzing the data of the underlying indice. It is analyzing the data of the VIX. It is also analyzing the data feed, the data of the yield on the 10-year Treasury. It's analyzing this data on a daily basis, and at 5 p.m., technically 6:01, the signal comes in at 5, but the market needs to open at 6:01. And if it has made a change, it will get posted in the trade manager. We also have a separate confirming algo on the VIX component itself that keeps us doubly insured to be on the right side of the market, is the idea. Now, does the Nicklaus timing model get them all right? No, it does not, but it does pretty well. Now, these are futures contracts, and they are leveraged, and it takes quite a bit of capital to put on one mini contract. But today, you do have available micro contracts, and one could use this tool to just use options. You could use a mini on just one market. You could use a micro just on one market, which would be 1/10 the size. So instead of being up $45,000 and $45,562.50, had you used a mini, you'd be up $4,500 if you had used a micro. And maybe a little bit less, because I'm not sure if there's a micro on the VIX. I don't think there is, although they're coming out with more and more. But maybe you use this to use your options, to place your options. Or maybe you just use the signal itself to determine what side of the market you want to be on. But on March 10th, the VIX daily component went short, and the markets were still short from an earlier signal. They still were. There was actually some oscillation in here, because when that went short and the markets were short, that was a warning to us to close our short positions, because volatility was coming in. And we said to our members, and we train our members to know, when you see the markets, when you see Nicklaus in the same direction as the VIX, there is going to be a change of direction usually within 3 days, because they're contrary to each other. And so on the 10th, we said one of two things is going to happen. The market is either going to go deeply short again and the VIX will go long, or more than likely, because of how and where we were positioned, we said the likelihood is, particularly going into option expiration week with the Federal Reserve, despite all the noise in news in the world markets, that these markets would in all likelihood go long. Today is the 19th. The 15th, the 15th, just this past week, they go long. In just this amount of time, one mini contract, if you carve that out, you'd be up over $40,000. I'm Bagged On at Stock Market Caddy. If you're getting it done with whatever it is you're doing, you're advancing and holding ground, advancing and holding ground, and you're learning, then keep doing it, and our hats are off to you. But if you're not, and you're looking for a mechanical, robotic approach to the markets, and you want to have this tool, the Nicklaus, and all the other tools that we have on your desktop so that you can be making your decisions dispassionately, objectively, consistently, so important in getting that confidence in your trading, you are more than welcome to give me a call at 813-758-8263. Beyond YouTube videos, we don't advertise. So if somehow, some way, you got to hear us, congratulations. It could be a life-changing event for you. We've had that said to us by a number of our members. I'm happy to speak with you. We don't accept everybody. We do not. I do not want to waste your time nor mine. But if you are a mature person, whether you have traded anything or you have traded nothing, and you want to learn to trade these markets where you can turn off all the noise, turn off CNBC, turn off the Wall Street Journal, forget about subscribing to this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, giving you this fish, that fish. No, you can turn all that off, and we're going to jumpstart your learning curve. Now, I cannot promise you an outcome. I wish I could. I can't. But I can promise you this, that we will work as hard as you, and we will provide you everything that I have, that will hopefully save you time. Time is, dare I say, a commodity, the most precious commodity of all, more valuable than gold and silver. So we can save you time. And you will know in relatively short order at least who we are, what we're about, and whether or not these tools can help you. We can help you get started. It is a business. Trading in the markets is a business. And we approach it that way. We want you to be detached from the emotions of fear and greed. We ask our members to stay focused on a profit factor, not on the money, and not to target a specific amount of money. Anything of that kind, targeting precisely so much money a day, so much money a month, so much money a year, or getting to a particular number. Embedded in that mindset is greed and fear. And it can retard, or worse, your trading efforts. If you can focus on the metrics, the setup, the posture, the grip, the fundamentals, and practice that, the golf ball will fly. It will fly far. And depending upon what club you have, it will fly 350 yards or maybe 150 yards. You get the idea. I hope. You don't have to have had trading experience, and you don't have to have been a golfer, but we like to use golf as an analogy. But you could use any sport or almost any endeavor. Feel free to give me a shout, 813-758-8263. Good luck.